Imagine being deep asleep, completely unaware of the danger creeping into your home. Then, suddenly, something incredible happens. Something unexpected. Something heroic. This is the story of one dog who went from man's best friend to family savior, risking it all to protect the people he loved. It's a tale of bravery, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between a dog and his family. This is the story of Buddy, the dog who saved his family from a devastating fire. But Buddy wasn't always a hero. He was a regular dog with an extraordinary heart, a four-legged companion just like any other, until one fateful night. Let's take you to that night where his story truly began. Buddy was a golden retriever with soft fur and a wagging tail that never seemed to stop. He lived with the Johnson family, a mother, father, and their two young children. Their home was filled with warmth, laughter, and the usual chaos of family life. Buddy was an integral part of their world, the one who'd comfort the kids after a rough day and curl up by the fireplace with mom and dad in the evenings. Life seemed perfect. Until one night, everything changed. It was a typical Wednesday evening. The Johnsons went to bed, unaware of the fire that was about to break out in the basement. It all started with a small spark, a faulty wire in the old furnace they had in the basement. As the night wore on, that tiny spark grew into something much worse. By the time the family was sound asleep, the fire had begun to spread. The smoke, invisible at first, slowly made its way up the walls, drifting through the ventilation system and filling the house with danger. The smoke was so faint at first that none of them knew what was happening. The fire, however, was moving fast, but not Buddy. The dog who had always been so in tune with his family's every need. He knew something was wrong. Buddy's instincts kicked in. His nose twitched, his ears perked up. He could smell the faintest scent of smoke in the air, something no human would detect at that point. But Buddy, he could smell danger. He jumped to his feet, barking and pacing the room, desperate to wake the family up. But when his first attempts didn't work, he did something that would change their lives forever. Buddy bolted into the parents' bedroom, jumping onto the bed, barking frantically, and pawing at them. The parents stirred, groggy from sleep, but Buddy wasn't letting them sleep through this one. He wouldn't let them stay in that burning house. It wasn't until Buddy jumped on the bed and nudged them repeatedly that they finally noticed the acrid smell of smoke filling the room. They could hear the faint crackling in the distance. Panic set in. The fire was real. With no time to lose, the father sprang into action, grabbing his children from their beds and rushing them to safety. Buddy was right behind them, herding them toward the front door with precision. But the smoke was already thickening, and the heat was beginning to rise. The family needed to get out, and fast. Buddy's sharp instincts guided the family through the smoke-filled hallway. He led them out of the house, staying just close enough to ensure they were all safe. He could have run, he could have saved himself, but he didn't. Buddy stayed with them every step of the way. By the time the firefighters arrived, the house was fully engulfed in flames. But miraculously, the Johnsons were safe. Thanks to Buddy's timely warning, they were able to escape with their lives. The fire left a trail of destruction, but it could have been so much worse. The Johnsons lost their home, but they didn't lose each other. They didn't lose their lives, and they had Buddy to thank for that. In the aftermath of the fire, the Johnsons' bond with Buddy grew even stronger. They were left with only the clothes on their backs, but they were alive. And Buddy? He was their hero. Buddy wasn't just a pet. He was family, a hero, the protector they didn't know they needed, but the one they'd always had by their side. In recognition of his heroic actions, Buddy was awarded the Canine Courage Award, a tribute to his bravery and loyalty. But for the Johnsons, that award was just a small token of their gratitude. They knew that Buddy had given them the most precious gift of all, life. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this incredible story of bravery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to inspire others. And remember, in a world where heroes come in many forms, sometimes they're the ones we least expect.